Welcome back to the pregame. Time now for our Hodge Construction Player Profile. Tonight it is Drake Bloem, offensive and defensive lineman for the Bears. And Drake, first chance to get out on the field this past week after missing the first couple. How did it feel to get back out there and be able to start hitting somebody that doesn't have a black or red jersey on?
Well, it was an experience. It was really fun. I don't know, I just kind of channeled my inner self and just went out there, played some football. So, yeah.
Did you feel like you were trying to catch up with Jacob? It seemed like there was 3 plays in a row where you were trying to match his pancake for pancake. So, do you remember that series, or you remember it? Take us through that. Just what you were trying to do on those.
Well, Butch had told me earlier in the week. Well, Bloem, depending upon how you play, this is for your spot, and you got to show out that you need it. So I kind of thought that. I think it was the first drive after halftime that, hey, I got to get going here, and I just tried to match my level with Barnard, seeing how good he is, and I guess I took that guy 10 yards down the field, but it was a good time.
Take us through those first couple weeks when you were sitting out. What were you learning with that time?
I was just mentally preparing, getting ready to get back and get my fight back in me and show that, hey, I'm not just some kid who needs to sit on the sideline, that I'm actually a starting player and that I deserve my time.
Well, talk a little bit about when you're out there and kind of as an offensive lineman, what kinds of things are you looking for? What are kind of the keys that you're trying to recognize so that whether it's a run or a pass, you're trying to make the play as successful as you can?
Well, I like to look out and see, hey, how many guys are loaded up in the box. I know that we'd repped all last week just up for a 4-man front, and they come out in a 5, and instantly first thing I'm saying is we got to run it like this because it's a 5-man front. That working blitzes, see what they're doing for blitzes and pointing those out to the other players that are younger and need help, just like Cole did with me when I was a sophomore.
Talk about the balance that the offense has. I mean, being an lineman, obviously you like to just line up, smash mouth, and drive guys 10 yards down the field. But being able to pass protect as well. Talk about what that does to maybe soften the defense up just a little bit, so that you can have more success no matter the play call.
Well, we can come out and we can run it down your throat, but we're having a lot of success with the pass. So when we come back and they want to bull rush us, and we can show that we're going to stick it with them, and we're not going to give them anything with that. It kind of demoralizes the team, and it's really successful to this point.
Well, it's successful as well on the defensive side of the football. You look, I think Jessup had maybe 60 yards. And I said, take away that first half against West Liberty, and the defense has really been aggressive. Do you see anything that's been happening in practice that you can attribute that to?
I think we're all just working hard. We want to be successful. We all have team goals in life, and we just want to go out there and we want to show this town that we're good and that we're trying to kill all the hype that we're not a good team. And I think we've showed that we are a good team.
Well, speaking of good teams, you've got one that's going to be lining up across from you here tonight, taking on Maquoketa Valley. Tell us a little bit, what are you expecting to see from them here this evening?
Well, I expect they're going to want to come out and they're going to want to beat us and hit us hard just like they did last year, except we're going up there and we just got to come out like we always do and fire off the ball and get after it.
And they're a well-balanced team as well, so defensively going to have to be on your toes. We'd like to focus on some other things. Is there any other sports, any other clubs or anything that you do besides all the time here on the practice field for football?
I throw track. I might be going out for wrestling this year with Barnard. I'm still on the fence. You might see me out on the mat this year, who knows. And I don't know. There's a lot in store that I could do. I'm thinking about joining the chess club, so we'll see how that goes.
It seems to be a common thing amongst the football guys. I mean, is there something special about that, or is it just, you guys like to show how cerebral you are at the same time?
We just like to have fun in a room and play a sport that we're not really that great at, so we like to have fun.
Do you know what cerebral means?
Not a clue.
It means that you're able to think a lot. That's what chess is all about. So it's something that the offensive coordinators have to do. It's a chess match out there. So Drake, there's time for you to learn some more of those things. Obviously, you're focused right now on Maquoketa Valley. Thanks very much for joining us here tonight. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That is Drake Bloem, tonight's Hodge Construction Player Profile. We'll be back with more of the pregame right after this. This is the Bearcast at westbranchfootball.com.